doesn't feel like MOUZ have any new players right now. That's pretty much it.
I was thinking to myself, like, how great would that feel for Torzy? You know, you're the new guy on the main MOUZ roster. You're coming into this event. You've got a lot to prove at your first LAN. You're talking about an academy team that had already surpassed the main roster in terms of global rankings.
Hey, Torzy's a 2-time LAN champ, huh?
Right? Yeah. You know, we play academy.
Hey, how dare you?
Astralis. But now you've got JDC, a guy who you've been playing alongside for your entire run up until this big chance. That has to be a layer of comfort, you know, just a little familiarity for Torzy to really slot in. And you know, the
like
guys
JDC.
like, dude, guys like Frozen, NBK, Dexter, the rest of them, yeah. But here we are, back into the weapons and a higher tempo. NBK, clears JKS, who's honestly getting pushed around here towards ramp. He's 2 and 10 off the trot. Brokey gonna try to dive into the corner, has the smoke to help him. Here's Twists coming upwards. Oh, but Torzy, a deep shot from lobby through smoke.
And it opens ramp up completely. Now they are in front of this smoke still.
But they don't have bomb.
But at this point, they can kind of wait it out. And, I mean, even though they don't know if somebody's rotated back into ramp, I think they could guess that it's kind of unlikely since they got that last kill. Low numbers here for FaZe Clan. They don't realize it, but they've still got odds to win this round. But MOUZ with a minute up and this bomb just in open territory, I think ultimately still going to be very difficult. See if Kerrigan can come up with something. Wow, he has manufactured the right timing here.
Really nicely done. You know, and unfortunately for MOUZ, there's like this insensible stillness. They don't know what's going on. They can't feel the waves, but that's a wave and a half. It comes crashing down upon him. Torzy finds timing, and it all boils down to this. The backside position, 30 seconds. NBK, the bomb carrier, shows himself and finishes it. What are those shots from Torzy?
Also other great shotguns that were all viable and special and unique. You know, Nova's auto shotties. Okay, let's see if he can put in some work here.
Do you know the actual name of the auto shotgun?
Noob Tube.
No, the actual name.
Railgun.
XM1014. Get with the times. He waits out the smoke rain, and just as it disperses, he disappears behind blue box with NBK scouring down from the top of silo. Perched on this roost, ready. Sound cue for Rain. That's going to draw the crosshair up because he's expectant of it. But Dexter's also, I think, keeping an eye on him. NBK gives himself up. Head on a silver platter. Torzy, dude, every time you look at one person, you're like, oh, there's the trade frag. It's actually Torzy who steals it.
He's getting impossible trades.
Like NBK towards Rain over by that box in CT spawn, and then somehow, nope, Torzy steals it. This one here as well. Dexter, oh, I'm going to get my 6th. Nope. Torzy, 16 and 6. Every single chance he gets, he's in that kill feed.
The Torsnado.
And again, if that match versus Godsend tells us that he has maybe the ability to close the gap, JKS, his chance cut down as Brokey will find the Mag 7 of his fallen in-game leader. 1v3 clutch attempt. JDC should be doomed.
Oh?
Bada boom. AK upgrade? Just go ahead. Run for the hills, brother.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Fakes it out.
He's actually trying to do some last-minute damage, which is pretty interesting. I feel like this AK is quite valuable at the moment. But he was hoping somebody would make a mistake. And I think now he'll just turn and save after this. Of course, he's just fine here. No exits to catch. But they've got to start moving. So, I mean, they're coming in his direction.
Yep.
And they're not expecting a Brokey surprise. But Torzy!
Every time.
How does he trade? The team got to hit a certain amount of op shots in the game. Plus, you now have all these new variables, so people are going to judge you regardless. And Torzy is acting like none of that ever happened. That he never did that interview.
Rain's got to be careful. NBK still on top of Mini, hunting.
Well, they've got a nice spread outside. I mean, they're covering almost every single thing from a distance. Rain doesn't know exactly that there's a threat here, but might be aware of some timing. Oh, but the flash tactic is perfect from MBK.
Excellently done. Draws JKS off of the ramp. He's still trying to get his feet beneath him.
Man, what a well-done isolation play. They scoured out all these angles, didn't see Rain, eventually knew he had to be in the area.
Found him. MBK welcoming the challenge from JKS, but we'll see if patience pays off. Holds garage door. They get downstairs and it's going to be broken. Ooh, nice little turn. Finds Torzy on the other end of that hot shot, but there's Frozen finding JKS and a little bit of a redirection here. They're going to fall into Kerrigan. 1 kill for him, but he's got 2 players about to come speeding up a vent unless they turn back towards this B site, and it's Brokey's chance. We're talking impactful operas. Well, this would be a round to shut down MOUZ. They've already got 8 round wins, and they could very well close this 9th. Brokey now feels stranded here in dark. Kerrigan's gonna have to come bail him out. Does good damage. Frozen even fitting in the jump. Brokey's able to go for the 1. That door's closed in front of him. So a difficult position. We've got a single flashbang here for FaZe, but this is that duality of the new FaZe. It's supposed to be Twists and Brokey's show when Rops is not here. And right now, unfortunately for the Canadian, he is pulled apart. His attention in 2 directions. Holes in front of him and holes back the other way. He turns it on to Frozen, chases Dexter to his death, but with no time left, it's a 9th for MOUZ.
Yeah, and he's just going to try to get by with the little HP he does, and he has the op as well. So it's a nice find at the end and a good couple of kills from Twist. That plant is awesome. They were in position where they didn't plant backside, even though they used the smoke to connect Decon to the backside and planted out in the open. But that opened it up to Control and to Decon, so they didn't have to double up there. And it looked like with Twist's aim in that moment, he could have won the 1v2 if they did double up. So really good effort, but also well done. Good situation created here for Mousesports. I like the adjustment from Brokey coming into dark, letting his teammates have some space at ramp. Ended up getting a kill, but even with all that in mind, it wasn't enough. Man, that was a very strong mid-round for MOUZ. There was a lot of resistance at every single portion, even though they started off well. And I think the adjustments were great from FaZe, so that's really speaking to how good MOUZ are playing right now. This is dominance. 9-4. No reason to lose any more rounds based on what we've seen. Guns aren't the best here for FaZe Clan. MOUZ can sense the opportunity. Oh, what a spray.
Clean one, man. You know, 10, 12 rounds deep in Thomas. Ooh, but wow. NBK keeps it clean. Brokey's posted on the corner. JDC getting into the position. Wallbang maybe makes them nervous. But utility advantage definitely here in the hands of the T side.
They can dive off this. They don't know where the adjustments are. But Rain's already tucked into Control after being outside what feels like 3 seconds ago.
Ooh, slight gap on that smoke. Dexter, false confidence, but JDC trades right through the side of it. Oh, but Torzy caught out by Brokey as he attacks from the back. 25 seconds for JDC to try and piece together a clutch. He's got 2 players here on ramp, an eventual man inside Control room as well, and that should be the contact, I believe. Ooh, there it is, sandwiched between Twists and the player on the other side. That's a 5th for FaZe. It's everything they need at this point, because there's even a 6-9. The best case of what's left for FaZe is still straight.
And Rain, again, to talk about him, it feels like even though FaZe only have 5 rounds, he's got his name stamped on each of them in some way with his impact. And that was around in a position that could have very easily been lost if Rain didn't get the opening with the Thomas, as well as the kill in Control room. So well done on his front, and it makes up for the fact that they were at a severe utility deficits. But now we're more on even footing, and I think that this round will tell us a lot, just in terms of how we can close out this half and look back on it, because there's enough data here for FaZe Clan, a nice last round from them, and enough money as well that they can show us if they've got the adjustments to adapt to what MOUZ has brought. Now, I feel like the thing that MOUZ are still hanging over their heads, actually, is the fact they've had 2 fully successful upper execs where FaZe Clan stood absolutely no chance. And I mean, it's not that they were totally understaffed on the A side, so that's something they have to think about.
Luckily for FaZe, they won't have to think about the CT side much longer. Last round, get it over with, switch over to that T side, and let Kerrigan call a game that'll show MOUZ what it really looks like.
It's going to be round 26 where Kerrigan shows us his genius.
Number 26, if we get there. Ooh, yes. Rain, clean kill versus Torzy. Brokey able to answer as well with the frag versus JDC and JKS. We've seen him cleared off of this spot. Ooh, Dexter with an op.
Wow. That was a shot.
Brokey thinking he could assert dominance since torzsi was down, but turns out Dexter's capable as well. Karrigan in the meanwhile downstairs, just ahead of the push, if they decide to go down here. We've seen an occasion that MOUZ will throw something down at the B site. Looked like they were going to come up vent that one time.
Man, these defaults have been extraordinary. The amount that they've been able to grab out of just outside control in the beginning of the rounds, I mean, that's a dream for your IGL.
Dexter tasked with going and getting bomb. Lobby control fully under wraps here for FaZe. Karrigan's going to be the pressure point. Karrigan versus Frozen could really decide the outcome of this last one. And with Karrigan picking up that headshot, pressure falls back onto Dexter and NBK. Nice position here from JKS as well, conceding heaven, giving up hell, knowing that this wraparound is possible, but the timing.
Oh, no.
A brutal reality as NBK gets ahead of the Molotov. And the beauty of this is that he doesn't shoot. So they're not going to think that this is that possibility. Twist, he, however, has door wide open, finds Dexter within that space. Nice slide from NBK. But again, 15 seconds here for him to piece together the clutch, and Twist says otherwise. We've already got Silo and Outer occupado by FaZe. No challenge for them.
Again, this is it. What we're going to see, JKS did not have a great first half, and T-side might be even less friendly, so we'll find out. If FaZe are going to perform this comeback, I'm sure he'll be a big part of it.
Where's this smoke lamp?
I think we're doing I don't know if we're doing a heaven wrap strat or if they're just faking a ramp, but I've definitely seen this before.
Little gap on that one.
Yeah, looks like they're going to clamp down on upper now.
Just a little gap, just a tiny one.
Two players here makes this interesting. I think most of the time you'd expect one. So we'll see if one of them gets more aggressive than the other, and then if there's going to be a second lurker.
Ooh, Twist gets the trade. Oh, but torzsi taps away.
What?
A second into Twist.
You kidding?
Brokey's on the backside. He's got Dexter up above him. Bomb planted, hands busy, heads popped.
torzsi.
What shots from torzsi?
The Torsnado.
And he knows it.
You thought Sharknado was scary.
I can't believe it.
Wait till you watch Torsnado.
I mean, it was a clean trade from Twist as well. I did like that play from Twist and Rain, sliding down off of the smoke. Twist comes through smoke. Rain uses that gap that I had mentioned to try and clear the corner. But, I mean, then they just burst into torzsi's USP and...
That was such a ridiculous second shot. I can't accept it.
Okay, rejected.
Yes.
We have to replay pistol.
Yes, replay pistol.
Replay pistol. That one doesn't count.
Well, let's see if you can do it twice, torzsi. Come on.
What is that, bro? Wow.
I mean...
Wow.
We're on land.
We're on land.
We're on land.
We're on land.
I mean, that says the most. Yeah, he's 2 times land champ, by the way.
Yeah, it's okay.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Shut up.
19-9. With a 10-6 lead over top of FaZe. Caveat on their map pick. But still. Our analysts were talking about the fact that it felt good for the FaZe, for MOUZ to be getting this veto piece together. Shouldn't be, too much discomfort as the series goes on. And if they're able to just lock in a CT side right here, right now, then that's definitely going to send a message.
All the promotion and demotion jokes aside, the fact is the MOUZ organization set themselves up really well to be able to reinforce both teams, and that has to be recognized. I mean, they could have been in a much more dire situation, and now they're just flourishing.
Good 2-man push through Hut. Solid trade back for the 4v4. Karrigan, you gonna entry A site with that scout, bud? He's got Twist behind him, AK ready. Rain finds timing to slip up the ladder, but there's so many players here, and they're already well aware of the fact that Heaven could be challenged. In fact, now it is. So, element of surprise lost, and so are the bodies here for FaZe. torzsi, another double from the same. Good showing earlier today.
Amazing.
Yep, props.
Shout out Alistair. Quick with the up.
But here's torzsi. Just, he's been bullying these players across the first 17 rounds, and number 18 will be no different. Just the deagles. We saw FaZe pull off a round win like this on the CT side with a similar buy.
It's his confidence in his pre-aims, you know?
Torzi's?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what he... I know that he's pre-firing some of these shots because he feels so good about it. Like, this guy will be here. I mean, he trusts it.
Visualization.
Yeah, it all comes back to visualization.
But they didn't visualize this possibility.
Oh.
Kerrigan. Oh, we've been here before, folks. The Deagle off of the mark. NBK still up and fighting, but there was also this conjoined push through hut that ends up working out for FaZe. They clear 2 players off site. Brokey, 1 HP. Get him in the chat, boys. JKS, 100 health. So the clutch really falls on him. But he is locked on top of bomb.
They don't have some sneaky post plant. You know, they're in vulnerable spots.
Yes.
So it's very entirely possible here for MOUZ.
We'll see if Frozen gets drawn over the lip of this ledge. JKS turns attention, gets the first one. Now it's all about finishing off Dexter. 31 HP. This would be a big round for FaZe to just push over the line, but it needs to be JKS. Oh, yeah. And there's his round. There's his moment, because it's been a quiet game from the Aussie, and a clutch like that is exactly what they need to get their T-side kick started.
It's never too late. You know, don't stop believing. You could be 8-15, but one clutch round like that, that's an entire round for your team. So if now he gets a bit more comfortable, I think the stonks are going to be at all-time highs. That's my analysis.
I mean,
do you like it?
I like it. It's okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Frozen picks one up. Where's that? That's outside through the wall of smokes. Spams away at Rain and finds the headshot. Now, unfortunately for FaZe, they'll have a bit of a limp to overcome in this one, and Dexter locked into this position. Torzi just ate a flash, still decides to go for the fight, dies, and Dexter also blinded, but oh, Frozen!
He's got so much help!
He just comes in and saves the day. Dexter, hand in front of his eyes, blind as a bat, perched on boxes, like a gargoyle, ready to be knocked right off.
Yeah.
And when he regains vision, everybody is dead except for him.
Yes. What a life. It's so nice, you know?
Frozen, the guardian angel.
You could trust your teammates. That's a very nice round from Frozen. It's also a great call in the stack. I mean, just from a read perspective here, FaZe look for an early attack on the ramp, and we have a position where we have 3 players ready to fight at ramp. It's the wrong call from FaZe, but it's hard to say wrong when it looks like a gamble. So
sure.
MOUZ are just the guy you trust right now with your money. That's the biggest compliment that I can give them.
Well, FaZe don't have any money to give them. They've already offered it all right back. That burst of economy, that burst of momentum off of the Desert Eagle win, which makes up 2 of the 7 rounds FaZe have. It's wiped back to the clean slate. Double Deagle instead, man. That's it.
I just have to go and check what Torzi's first game was like in terms of stats, because obviously he had like 180 R, and
yeah,
now it's just continuing.
It's
was disgusting.
It was very good. He's got 180 R now, 20 rounds into this one. And we're no longer talking about Godsent. You know, I tried to preface this match with...
That's important.
Yeah, I tried to preface it with saying...
You didn't even think his Academy League wins counted. So, I mean, well, imagine what you thought about Godsent.
They just don't count as much, Launders. Not as much. They still count.
Yeah, I'm just busting your balls.
Well, stop it. That's the goal for FaZe, to stop it. Stop this onslaught of MOUZ members.
All right, you can play this game then. Okay, guess how many kills, deaths, and rating that he had in versus Godsent.
Torzi, let's say 23 kills, 9 deaths, 1.24 rating.
Ooh, not a bad guess at all. 22 kills, 16 deaths, 1.35 rating.
Okay, rating high, yeah, nice. A few more deaths.
Pretty much almost a mirror image. He's actually improved versus what you could argue is a better team.
Yeah, and that was the big takeaway, right? Like, again, beating Godsent just meant that coming into this match, we had to take them seriously. Beating FaZe on the first map, if that is what feels like is an inevitability, well, now suddenly, we've got a real contender at the play.
And this kind of validates the fact that he's a 2-time LAN champion as well.
Okay, bro.
No ops this round.
Let's see it. Good old rifle play. JKS got to be careful here. He's got nobody else to work with him inside of lobby, so very much tasked with a lot. Ooh, and down he goes. I believe that's NBK just peeking in front of the squeaky smoke and then diving down the vent. So now they've already bolstered the B site and found a 5v4. This is perfect for MOUZ. Excellent start to the round, but Rain slips through smoke. And the mass murderer that is Torzy will not be a part of this equation. Round 21, still in the hands of MOUZ with that answer here from Frozen. Good job at, again, trading these back and forth and even clipping Brokey as he tries to just push around the side of the garage, but that's a little haphazard. Frozen decides to run outwards, doesn't expect that Twists and the numbers were there for FaZe, but Kerrigan.
Dexter's locked. He's not going to move from the spot. I mean,
what's his move? Comes close
Ooh.
And gets cleaned.
Wow, that was actually such a good attempt from Kerrigan.
Needs to be a clutch from the Canadian. He knows that Dexter's deep on ramp.
Open sight. One flash. Oh, JC puts one between the eyes. 14-7, and they've just got layers, man. Even if Torzy dies, there's so much more to this team at the moment.
Isn't that wild?
MBK, hell of a match.
Yeah, I feel if anything, if there was any kind of like quiet piece that could have been expected from MOUZ, when you say that NBK is coming into the roster, I'm not looking at NBK to top frag. I'm not looking at NBK to be the best rifler outside of Torzy, and yet we've got a really crisp game from him. What you do expect from NBK is to be able to, you know, provide under pressure, and this is that pressured moment for MOUZ, is walking in versus a FaZe. But we also have to admit it, you know, the FaZe, they are missing their highest rated player. You know, Robs' 1.26 rating cannot be understated. And unfortunately, they're not getting that from JKS. And what is being offered between Rain, Twists, and Brokey, it just can't keep up with how sharp MOUZ's members are currently playing. And I'm talking top to bottom for the MOUZ side of things.
You have just listed a series of facts.
And nothing but them facts.
Just indisputable.
Dexter getting a little bit curious.
Ooh.
On the money. Goes back
around.
Sprays away, keeps it controlled to kill Brokey. 4 for Dexter as he pushes through ramp and pushes MOUZ to that final line. Only 2 more round wins to not just beat FaZe, but to destroy them.
FaZe have accepted the gambit. They didn't fully invest this round. They're looking to win off match point. But that's not going to make it feel any better.
Ace it for the Aussies.
Yeah, Australia can't really lose right now with JKS on the other side. Dexter cracks his smile. They're trying to set this up. It's Kerrigan's job not to die to him, though.
Ooh, push with the pistol, and JDC closes it. But in terms of, you know, getting through those half buys, very nicely done from Dexter.
Dude, this is a stomping.
You've already lost 2 of those rounds. Don't let it happen a third. Go for the 4K. Mows them all down right on the cusp of lobby. And this is MOUZ slapping FaZe with a message to start this series. Yes. Now, luckily for FaZe, it's a BO3. But it's already starting to curl up in front of them.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, you know, going into map 2, I would just be, to have the, you know, I'd be winded coming into map 2, and I don't know how FaZe feel about it, but I don't think anyone would have predicted that this map would be one-sided, especially not on Nuke, but we'll see. Again, they want to try to perform this comeback, but Rain, a key player for FaZe Clan, has gone down.
They're not
Dexter
losing.
Continues to be aggressive.
They're not losing, Wanders.
They can't.
Nothing. Not a single duel, not a single push. I feel like FaZe, they can't even get into their setups. They have been meticulously dismantled on this T side. We saw nothing. Nothing of a T side. It was MOUZ setting the precedent on their offensive half and then just ending it as quick as it needed to be done. Yeah, okay, you lose to that, you know, Deagle round from FaZe, a nice little burst of energy, but then you clap them right back. And you have clung to this lead like seaweed to the feet. Bogged down by it.
I hate when that happens.
It's the worst. It's actually the worst. And I feel like FaZe, you know, it's a similar feeling right now. Your gut, it just drops. You start sweating. You start doubting yourself and all of your decisions. And right now, they can do no wrong. Torzy peeks through fire to frag JKS, and Kerrigan in a 1v5 will get at least 1 kill. But brother, you have 20 seconds to clutch out before MOUZ will take map 1 of this series. They chose this map, and with reason.